Hi, Trish here, Tink Treasures. I am a full-time reseller on eBay, and I also sell on Macari. And I am enjoying doing videos as far as what I sold and how much I got for it and different kinds of videos like that. I have started to do a daily vlog. Sometimes I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about, but whatever comes to mind. So that's what I'm doing today, a little bit of philosophy of life. Don't go away, we'll talk about it. Okay, thanks for coming back. Glad you stayed with me. So life and philosophy. One time, a long time ago, a lady told me that life kind of changes for a person and your physical means, mental means, I guess what you want to say, like every 7 years. Have you ever heard that? About every 7 years, that's when you kind of go through physical changes, mental, physical, all those kind of changes about every 7 years. I kind of agree with that. It kind of does set you up every 7 years for the next chapter or part of your life. Just take, for example, you're born, and then about the first 7 years, just like a child, a toddler, whatever. But at about 7 years old, you kind of start really thinking about, I'm getting to be big. Yeah, kind of growing up a little bit. Might be a somebody, a some person, whatever. And the next milestone, 14. 7 years later, 14 years old. Yeah, that's kind of when maturity starts hitting. A little bit earlier for some, a little bit later for others. Just on an average here, about 14 years of age. You know, good old puberty hits. And go on to another 7 years. What does that take you to? 21. Yeah, the big 21. You're out of your teens. Some states you're legally age to drink, others you could drink at 18. Most drank before they were probably 18. I think I did, I know I did. So 21 seems to be like, okay, I'm an adult now. Can do so many things legally that you couldn't do before. Even voting, we can vote at age, 18 now, so when you're 21, you think you're becoming an adult. And then after you're entering adult, next milestone, what do you hit? Say about 28, you're getting to be close to 30. 30, that's not a bad one. Hitting to be about 28, 30 years old. Might have already established a family. I know I did, already had all my kids. Maybe bought a car, you have your own car by then, I'm sure. Maybe a house, bought your house already, first house for the first time. Done all that, about 28 to 30 years old. Kind of a lot of milestones right there between already births to 28. Then you go on, what's after 28? 7 years later, hit about 35. 35 years old. That's when you start thinking about, wow, I'm getting close to 40. 40, boy, that's a big one. You think when you're 35, and once you hit 40, boy, you're not a teen, you're out of the early 20s, partying. Man, you're starting to feel it a little bit. Just a little bit. Getting close to 40, so 35, you're thinking, yeah, boy, hitting over the hill. Then 42 comes, another 7 years, and you did it. You did. You made it over the hill. Another big milestone. Past 40, you're on to 42. And you figure out at that age, you know what? It really wasn't so bad. It wasn't as bad as you thought it was going to be. Not at all. Some of you probably have already hit it and you know what I'm talking about. Look back, think when you were 35 and you thought you were going to hit 40, it's like, oh man, life is over. 42 comes and you're like, hey, I'm young. Maybe by then your kids are already growing out of the house, getting out of the house, out of school. Maybe some of you already have grandkids and life is moving right along, just like it should. Things happen. Don't know what was going to happen. Sometimes for the good, sometimes not. But you know you're at 42 and Before you know it, another 7 years, you're at 49. Oh yeah, the big 49. You look at it, I mean, you know, it's only a year away from 50. So you're definitely thinking at 49, you know, your life is probably half over. I know I wasn't thinking I was going to make it to 100. I still don't think I will. So at 50, yeah, that's a big one. So when 49 hits and you're thinking you're going to end those 40s and you hit the big 50. Holy smokes, big 50. I think it's about done and over. That's maybe when some things really start hitting. You start thinking, what is this? You know, what's going on with me? What's happening? A lot of changes since you were born, that's for sure. And from 49, you go on, before you know it, it's 56. You hit 50s. Wasn't so bad, 56, but boy, you sure are close to 60 now. And you realize, yeah, your life is definitely half over. Very few live to be 100. Maybe by the time you all get up towards that, more people will be living to 100, more so than what are now. I know life expectancy has increased over the years. I think average now is what, 78 maybe, I think, something like that. So 56, yeah. Most of you should start thinking about, you know, retiring, although you should think about that early in age. Start preparing early in age. Trust me, it's worth it when you get to be my age. But you think about retiring, what it's going to be like, what you're going to do. I'm sure by this time, family's grown, family's gone. Probably have grandkids. Well, I do anyways. I'm just talking about myself, basically. My kids are growing. I have the grandkids. Plan on traveling. Thinking of retiring. Doing a lot of family events and get-togethers, and life is so good. And sometimes things just hit you in the head and into your heart, and before you know it, life can change on a dime. I've heard that all my life. Life can change on a dime, and it can. And you got to take it, you know. It's not always easy, and you think you're going to just die sometimes. You think your heart's going to break, or you think you'll never make it through this milestone. You never get through what's been handed to you, that deck of cards called life. At 56, and all of a sudden, you know, you're 63. You made it past 60, 63 years old. Your health certainly has changed. Been through a lot of ups and downs, ins and outs, tragedies, death, all kind of different life-changing events. How many houses have you bought? How many cars have you bought? Are you in good health? And some of you may be in great health, better than me, I'm sure, but I think I'm in okay health. Fat, yeah, but I don't take any medications for anything, so other than allergies, but that's nothing. So yeah, 63, and then you pass 63. And you're almost to the point in life by then that you're just living year by year. Who knows? Don't know if I'll live another 5 years or another 10. I'd like to see another 10 if I'm as healthy as I am today. I want to stay healthy. And that's when you really start thinking all the stuff you thought about back when you were 21 and party. Boy, talk about partying and having a good time and doing all the crazy stuff you do. And then hitting all these milestones, you know, 35, 42, past 40. 40 is a big one. 49, then you hit 50. Boy, yeah, that's real big. 50. Half a century. Fortunate enough to make it that far. Doing pretty good, I think. God bless all those that didn't, but 63, and you get past 63, you think about what if you have done 60 years. 60 years of your life, and you look back at what accomplishments, and you think about things differently when you have life-changing events, when someone you love so much almost dies and you think you're gonna die too. And life goes on, and you figure things out, and you realize that All those stuff you thought for over 60 years. Thought it was all so important and priorities, but I guess that's what life is. I guess that's what you're supposed to do. Living that life, and by the time you hit coming on to 66, getting close to 70 years old, so many things just don't seem the same. World events have changed. People's attitudes, people's lives have changed. All your children have grown, got their own families. They're busy now. They're in their late 30s, 40s, and you remember what it was like for them. And when you're in your 30s, your 40s, and you look at somebody that's in their, 65 or 70, you think, man, they're old. Then you think, yeah, they're old. They don't do anything like I do. If you only knew, wait till you're 65, 70 years old and you look back and you think, yeah, pretty much I've done it all, I've seen it all, I've heard it all. If you look at somebody old when you're young, you don't think that. You think, they're just old. They just got that way, I guess, overnight. Didn't do any life experiences or any major events to get to where they are. They just happen to be old. You'll all be there one day. And it's all a matter of mindset. You got to get your mind in the right set. And once that happens, and that's a hard thing to do, especially when you're going through a lot of life-changing events. Not just buying a house, buying a car, getting married, having children, having grandchildren. Those are all huge. Very, very huge. Suck it all in. Don't forget it. Don't let it go by real fast. Just really stop and think. And I know that's so hard to do. I know because I've been there. It's hard just to stop and think and be grateful and thankful and appreciate the little things, even the tiniest things, because there's always going to be somebody that don't have, somebody that can't do what you can do or don't have exactly what you have. Yeah, there's going to be a lot out there that have so much more, and it's not easy. I know it's not. And just don't always forget you're somebody. You're worth it. No matter what, you count. You really do. We all do. And just try to leave this world just a tiny bit better than it was when you came into it. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do anymore. Be kind, good-hearted, gentle, because in the long run, when you're coming on to 70, truth, none of it really matters. It just really does not matter. So those are just my thoughts today. It's just what I wanted to do today. Just feeling a little bit, I don't know. Guess maybe because I just had a birthday. Stop and think around those birthdays when you hit certain ones. So hope you enjoy this. If you do, appreciate you subscribing to my channel. It helps me out a lot. It's going to keep me going on this journey. I don't know how long I'll do this journey. I enjoy it. I love all the people that I have met. Wonderful, wonderful people in the world. They're so much more kind-hearted people than you ever can imagine once you really get out there and start meeting a lot of people. So if you would, please subscribe. If you want all my notifications of when I do post a video, you just hit that bell down there. Make sure you hit the top bell. That's a reminder bell, and it'll let you know every time I do upload a video. All my videos are different. I do different things as far as I'll show you how to clean things, or maybe I'll show you some of my, like I said, items I got to sell, because I do sell on eBay and Mercari. I show you some lives. I do a live show every Thursday evening between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock with another YouTube reseller, eBay Lady Adventures in Reselling, Victoria. We have a good time Thursday evenings, 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. Stop by if you get a chance. We do some interviewing, we play lots of fun games, and you can win prizes. It's all free. We ship the prizes, no charge, just for hanging out with us and having fun. So appreciate y'all. Thank you for staying this long. If you have stayed this long into this video, thank you again. See you tomorrow, another video. Bye.